going on, Jerome's beautiful Thursday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, of course, the news du jour yesterday was Jonathan James McCarthy named NFC Offensive Player of the Week. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 150.83 quarterback rating after the pick 6, getting things done in a big-time way. And I didn't even think about this, right? Because just swept up in the comeback, just the complete pendulum swing of the game. But look around the NFC, like, who else is going to win it? Stafford? Emeka Egbuka with the 2 touchdowns? Sure, maybe. But, of course, the haters and losers are whatever. Bill Barnwell, ESPN, from the worldwide bleeder of readers, viewers, and subscribers. J.J. McCarthy was 29th in EPA per dropback in week 1? Question mark. Cool. All right, so you're saying Spencer Rattler had a better game. So you're saying that Russell Wilson had a better game. You're saying that Jared Goff had a better game because EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, please, who cares about trees? Actually, trees are really important. That doesn't matter. But the numbers and the analytics say this. How about your eyeballs, man? How about you had a man who struggled, 6 3-and-outs, had a pick 6. He might be the only player in NFL history to throw a pick 6 and be named Offensive Player of the Week. Like, how about the appreciation for the huevos, the grande huevos rancheros? He needs a wheelbarrow, man, to walk around. How about this? How about the fourth quarter production? It's okay. It's okay. Everything else will get ironed out. Eventually, J.J. McCarthy will have a 2007 Tom Brady FU tour. It's true, but what do you want? It's great in the clutch. That's what we need. Also, certified football psycho. Vikings fan page. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy says he watches film 2 to 3 times after the game concludes. He says he first watches it on the plane, buzzing through it, and then he watches it for about 4 hours the next day, eventually moving on to next week's matchup. Oh, so he watches film on the plane and in an attempt to get better and make his team better, as opposed to just stealing other guys' jewelry for the gram. Please. Also, this is the exact moment you knew that J.J. McCarthy was going to be. Like you thought he was going to be good, but you knew he was going to be good. J.J. McCarthy on his game day mindset. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Which is true. Ancient Chinese proverb. Just like, if you can't get home with 4, send some more. Right? But it's kind of true. Like, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden, strapped and just, slicing up tomatoes with my samurai sword, versus a gardener on the front lines, ready to face the enemy. The Mongols are coming. Gardner would rather be with his hoe, but I don't know. Yeah. But eventually, Justin Jefferson is going to be like, I just want you to stop saying odd stuff, which is fair. By the way, True Detective Season 1, amazing. Amazing like McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, Alexander Daddario. Season 1, great. Also, I like Season 2. Like with Colin Farrell, Taylor Kitchener, Vince Vaughn. Season 3, the Alabama one, or the Arkansas one was good too. And I didn't mind the Jodie Foster season. I know a lot of people didn't like it. Me and the wife liked it, but yeah. But again, you can't just say random stuff like this and be bad. You can't say stuff like this and beat Ryan Tannehill. It's going to be good. Also, good Sunday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. Against the Atlanta Falcons, the Dirty Birds, revenge for 1998. Vikings were wearing the throwback uniforms, which I love. And I know the Vikings haven't had too many uniform variations throughout their history, aside from this little detour in the aughts. But, yeah, I always love that the Vikings, we're doing our throwbacks, where other teams like the Patriots and the Buccaneers and the Seahawks, like they have great throwbacks, awesome throwbacks. We have gray face masks. Look at us. Throwing it back to 1961 or something like that. Also Sunday night, we got J.J. McCarthy, Michigan / Vikings against Michael Penix Jr., Washington / Atlanta. Rematch. Story's going to check out. Songs that remain the same. Hey, Rome Odunze was there too. Jalen McMillan, didn't work out for them. Yeah. But let's see. So J.J. McCarthy's going to throw like 14 times. Who's going to be Donovan Edwards? Who's going to be Blake Corum in this? I guess Law and Order, Mason and Aaron Jones. It's going to be good. Also good. Harrison Smith fed the local media jackals talking about his personal medical issue, was limited in practice, the estimated walkthrough on Wednesday. Also returned to practice in limited fashion towards the end of last week. Did not play Monday against the Bears, but hopeful soon. Harrison said this, quote, "I'm just going to get out there and see how much I can handle and go from there. I've already moved around and moving around well. It's just volume conditioning, stuff like that." And I know people have talked about, well, we fans deserve to know. Well, at a certain point, players deserve privacy. Well, players do deserve privacy. Well, let's talk about how the injury reports came about. Gambling. Many decades ago, injury reports became a mainstay because of gambling. Let's call it what it is, right? And there's a big time difference between a personal medical issue. It could be something that's serious. It could be something that he doesn't want out in the public. It could be something that, it's none of your business. Either way, illness, limited, DNP on Monday. Whereas if it's like a high ankle sprain or a labrum tear or shoulder or whatever, then yeah, that can be fine because that affects the game. Whereas, hey, illness, it's a broad term, but hey, it's all covered. And all you need to know is Harrison's working his way back, getting back into physical shape, and he's going to be back on the field. That's what it is, man. Yeah. And the Vikings, without Harrison, sort of a traditional look. Theo Metellus, 2 safeties. Jay Ward came in as well, playing some free safety when Metellus kicked into the slot. Murph, Rogers, Okudah before Okudah left with the concussion. And that's basically it. Right? That's how they're going to roll. Speaking of injury report, so the Vikings had a walkthrough, but guesstimation on participation. Again, first practice reports on Wednesdays. Don't pay too much heed to them, but it did say that Christian Darrisaw would have participated in full, which is a good sign. I think that he'll be back for the Sunday night opener against the Falcons. Then you had Cashman, Ty Chandler, banged up his knee towards the end of the game. Actually played through it. Kevin O'Connell gave him a shout out for being tough. Cashman probably going to end up on injured reserve. A couple veterans, Ryan Kelly with a toe DNP, same thing with Josh Oliver with the ankle. Again, monitor what happens. Next couple of days could just be veteran days. Also, Okudah, like we mentioned, as well as Andrew Van Ginkel in the concussion protocol. Short week. We'll see if they clear. Who knows? And then you have Miles Price limited. Resting because he did really damn good as a return man. Kevin O'Connell didn't seem worried about him missing any time. And then Xavier Scott, Elijah Williams, who had some lingering injuries from preseason. They practiced in full, which is a good sign. Harrison Smith was limited, like we said. Also, hey, Addison is suspended for 2 more games, but he can return to the facilities and be practicing this next 2 weeks. So that's going to be good. And as evidenced by the chemistry he had with J.J. McCarthy in training camp, baby, because this offense was good late in the game, Monday night, and they're getting Darrisaw back. They're getting Addison back. They're getting C.J. Ham back. Let's go, baby. Now, let's absolutely go. Also, for Monday night, I feel like the Vikings have wrecked this dude, right? Caleb Williams has faced the Vikings 3 times in his career so far. Here are some of the images from those games. He's also 0-3 against them. We've turned Caleb Williams, the number 1 overall pick, into Will Levis. All the memes. Just amazing. Also amazing. So the Vikings social team is really good with these fun little clips, get to know the players and stuff. And they ranked 4 different carb sources: noodles, crackers, rice, and bread, right? And the Vikings, we all agree crackers are the 4th ranked carb, right? Yeah. Also, who just puts crackers in here? Right? Who thinks of that? These are high performance, amazingly fine-tuned 1% of the 1% physical athletes, world-class athletes, and they need carb sources. But crackers? Who's out here deciding, what are we going to have today? We're going to have some brown rice with quinoa, or we're going to have some sweet potatoes, or we're going to have some goldfish crackers, or some honey-made graham crackers, just in case we want s'mores later. Nah. But Isaiah Rodgers ranked noodles, crackers, rice, bread. I don't know. But Aaron Jones, thank goodness. So Aaron Jones. So I know that people made fun of Aaron Jones' hairline before. I see why he's always wearing a hat. But he's invited to the Korean barbecue. Rice and noodles. He's got that. Also, noodles is too broad. What does noodles entail? Because noodles could be Noodles could be Italian. They could be pappardelle. They could be spaghetti. They could be linguine, fettuccine, bikini. I don't know. They could be Asian. They could be soba noodles, udon. They could be ramen. They could be buckwheat soba. They could be vermicelli for spring rolls and stuff. Like, that's too broad of a definition. I don't like it. Also, I don't know if I've explained this before. I feel like rice was introduced to humans by aliens. Because if you think about it, so the early days of civilization, and you think of how many cultures have rice as a staple in their diet. So Native Americans, wild rice. You have South Americans, certainly. You have Africans. You have Indians. You have Asians. You have some Eastern Europeans. Like, they all just randomly one day just looked into a bog and said, hey, I bet you we can eat that stuff. Sketchy. And they basically all came about the same way of, like, preparation and to eat it. I don't know. Someone doesn't. It's too convenient. So I feel like the aliens were dropping off these bags of rice with instructions. I don't know. But what were we talking about? Oh, rice. Aaron Jones invited to the Korean barbecue. Wear a hat. Yeah. Also, speaking of Asians, ML football news. Commander star quarterback Jaden Daniels is wearing a Japanese flag on his helmet this season. Yeah, a lot of people week one when the Commies were playing the Giants were like, huh? Why has he got a meatball on his helmet? Daniels has Japanese heritage as his grandmother is Japanese. So that would make him what? An eighth? Yeah. And he is very proud of his heritage. Jaden is the first Japanese quarterback in NFL history. Well, you don't count Timmy Chang, who's Chinese. All right, but we got one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one. That's right. Welcome to the China Club. I'm allowed to say that, right? But either way, so we finally have an Asian quarterback. Timmy Chang crawled so Jane Daniels could run. We still have half a Kyler. We have a quarter of Sam Howell, but he's disavowed. Also, we disavowed Tua, who, you know, that was a thin connection anyways. And also Young Ho Koo, he gone. So, but we got Jaden freaking Daniels who's going to take it to the Packers tonight. It's going to be great. Speaking of the stupid Packers, so tonight they're having a winter warning game. I think it's going to be like 85 degrees in Green Bay. But you better wear white tomorrow. And then they have a graphic of Lambeau with snowflakes and stuff. First off, you better wear white tomorrow, or else what? How are you going to threaten us on 9/11, man? That's not right. Also, only the Packers would be like, oh, it's mid-September, so let's get some snowflakes out there. God. Also, don't even get me started about how they just blatantly copied the Vikings Winter Warrior uniforms. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful, glorious Thursday. You guys are the absolute best. You know what to do. Go Commies. Skull. Ooh, my Japanese quarterback. Production value.